It's been a long time since I did a video. It's also been a long time since I've given you an update on my shop. So this video today, we're going to go through and give you a little bit of an update. I've got some stuff complete, and I'm also ready to start on some more projects to make it even better. But right now, let's go through what I've already got done and just a little information on this. I bought material for this project, 2 years ago. Now things have come up since then. The first year, I wasn't really able to get it done, and I spent a few months of that year taking care of my mom and my dad, and then just one thing right after another. There's not a whole lot of excuses there. In all reality, I should have had that insulation done, I don't know, 18 months ago. But anyway, y'all watch the video. We'll walk through it, and I'll talk to you a little bit at the end. So here we are. It's Thursday, February 6th, and the first thing we had to do was move things around so I could get to the ceiling on the other side of the shop. That meant cramming everything into half of the shop, moving the vehicle out and everything. So the goal was to put all the cross braces up there so that we then throw the plastic up there and maybe put the OSB up. Now all that wood you see over there, most of that is for the ceiling. Half of those 2x4s are going to be to finish framing up the loft when I get ready to do that. You'll see here in a minute when I spin it around, I've got a pretty good bit of wood on the other side that's going to be for the loft as well. All that's just going to get moved around back and forth constantly until it's used up. So here's where we are at a day and a half. The plastic should be up today, and they'll probably start putting some of the boards up. We'll see how it all goes. Well, here it is. 4 days later. I still got to do this, but as you can see, there's a lot in the way. But what I plan on doing is start back there, work my way this way, and leave maybe a couple of those where the plastic's all the way up, already up. I'm gonna take it back down. Yeah, I'm gonna take that back down and then use that hole to climb in and put my insulation in. Okay, today, this is what we got going on. We're gonna put some good old plastic up there and finish putting some, put some wood up there in that hole.
8 hours later.
Okay, so looks like we've got all the ceiling up now. I left that piece out. That's where I'm gonna crawl up in there. Next thing I gotta do is look on the edge right there. And I've gotta put, I'm gonna have to show you. I've gotta put some plastic to keep my insulation from falling down. Okay, so right there, I'm going to have to put plastic on that, and I've got to do it pretty much from right here all the way around the shop to, well, let me move you here, to right there at the end of that door. That way the insulation don't fall down through these. Eventually I'll have some, eventually it will look like that side right there and everything, but that's going to be a summer issue. because all the tin is outside and it's nasty. It's got to be pressure washed, and I'm not about to do it with it cold like this. So this is what we got. Got a lot of work left to do, but a lot's been done. Yeah. It's my son come over today and helped me, and guy up the road helped me finish it. It was neighbors all around helping me to finish this. So, thank you. Okay, here I am up here in the ceiling, fixing to try and seal this the rest of the way up so I can blow some insulation in on Friday. I think I'm gonna try to wrap this video up tonight or tomorrow, and then make the insulation blowing in deal a separate one. We'll see. Anyway, hey, I'm not an expert at this. Don't claim to be an expert on this. Go ahead and, you know, tell me how horrible of a job I'm doing. That's okay. So as you see, I got plastic in here. I am worried about condensation in the garage, but it's not super tight in there either. So when I say condensation, I'm talking about trapping moist air in there. I don't know. We'll see. You see there's air. There's gaps out there on this end. You can see just a little bit right there. So maybe we got plenty of way for moist air to escape up here. If not, I'll end up putting me one of those little swirly vents up in there. I forget what it's called, but anyway, or put some vents on either end of this. There we go. So watch me struggle. So I got to get into here. If it's hard to tell, but let's see. There's my hand. That's how much room. I got to get up here so that I can kind of see and kind of get in here and get this plastic in here. So I've cut me plenty of pieces. What I'll do is I'll slide them in there, staple them in place, and go from there. Okay, one down. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, let's see if we can't get this thing fired up without too much issue. Want to get insulation moved in here tonight. Well, got the insulation and ceiling, finally. I've also got a big mess. Let me turn you around here and show you a little bit of it. So this is what we picked up. A lot of this settled on the ground from where we were loading the machine down here. I don't know if you can pick it up in the floor here. But anyway, then there's stuff that settled on stuff from where it got through areas of the ceiling that I didn't have quite done up. I'll get you up there on that, up and through there. So there's that. It's going to take a lot to clean it up. I don't know how much I'm going to focus on it. I may focus on cleaning it up a little at a time as I can get stuff moved back into position. But like I've said all along, I'm going to start on my loft now. But that's one. I heard a god-awful noise out there. But, you know, I've got one goal down. The ceiling is done. I've got it done. And there's probably some things I need to touch up on it, but no big deal. Let me show you up there. Okay, here we go. A lot of insulation, because you know y'all really wanted to see that. I got some areas around my opening here that I need to smooth out. When you're that close to it, you know, it just creates a big dust cloud. Hard to see. So I pushed a little bit up right in front of me there, and I'll bring it back toward me later on to finalize it. Next thing is I'm going to end up putting, start framing up my loft. So it's going to go all along that back wall and out 16 foot, essentially to that pole right there. So, and there, you can see right here, there's well, it's hard to see. You see that saw cut? It pretty much goes along that 16 foot mark. With that, so there's going to be a room here. So split those two beams in half, and I'm gonna have a room going from the first two set, which is 8, add 4, which would be halfway. It's gonna be 12 foot wide, 16 foot long, and that'll be a room right there. And I'll get it built, and once I get it built, I can wait on the rest of the loft, because along the side of it will go these stairs, and the rest of the loft can be built later because it's not going to be joined to that room completely. I just got to get that back wall, get my 2x10s along that back wall. So a little something I've been doing here lately is I've been setting goals. Well, goals may get you to where you need to go, but they have to be goals that you can accomplish. So a few tips that I am starting to try to put into what I complete is I make a goal. But one, can I do this goal? Is it doable? Can I accomplish it? Do I have everything I need to accomplish it? So that's the first thing. 2, what kind of time frame do I need to accomplish it? You have to set a time frame. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do this. You need to set a time frame, and it needs to be realistic, and it can't be so far out in the future that you're going to lose interest in it and stop doing it. It needs to be something that you can get done and get it done soon. Now that brings me to my third thing. Can this goal be broken down into smaller goals? And that's a big thing on accomplishing goals. If you can break them down into smaller more easily achievable goals, one thing you're going to do is you're going to give yourself a bunch of little victories. And those victories help motivate you for the next goal. Sometimes it can feel like a little bit of a mind game with yourself. You know that this is what you're doing, but I'm telling you, if you set a series of small goals and you start accomplishing them within your time frame and everything, you're going to be a whole lot better off than if you say, I'm going to do this. I'm telling you, with my garage, I am having to break it down into smaller goals, or else it's never going to get done. So what I did this month was, last month, worked on it mainly most of February. Let's get the ceiling done. Once we get the ceiling done, we will get I'll get everything ready for the insulation to be put in. Once everything's ready for the insulation to be put in, then I'll put it in. That's sort of how I did that one. But there's other goals I've made. So since roughly December, my first goal was to get this room done. It was getting colder out. I couldn't do as much video out in the garage as I wanted to because I didn't have things quite right. So it was warm enough out there. Plus it's noisy. With this insulation, it's going to help. So I made a goal to get this office done. It was something I had to get done anyway. And I gave it a time frame. What I should have done is I should have broken that down into smaller goals. I'm going to get it painted, then I'm going to get the floor down, and then I'm going to do this, that, and the other, whatever. So I've still got a little bit to do in here, like some shelves I need to do and all that. And I need to make that into a goal. Another thing I made into a goal was to get the living room done. And I did kind of break that down a little bit. And I'm 90% done with it. I've got some trim left, and I've got one small piece of flooring to lay down into the hallway here. But goals really help. And once you get yourself into learning how to make goals and break them down so that you can do them, it's going to help you a whole lot in the long run, not only with getting stuff done, but also mentally. Because all these little things that you check off your list helps you up here. It helps you, man, it helps with all kinds of things. It can help defeat depression. Just getting things done helps with depression. That's a whole nother conversation, and we'll talk about it later. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank y'all for watching. And hey, make sure to tune in next time. I'm going to get some more videos out, and I promise I'm going to get them done on a more regular basis. Thank y'all. Y'all take care of each other. Have a blessed week.